The late afternoon sun painted the city park in golden hues. Families strolled, couples laughed, children chased bubbles that shimmered in the air. But on the far side of a wooden bench, a man in a perfectly tailored suit sat slumped, his eyes fixed on the ground. Ethan Blake, known to the business world as a ruthless shot, looked anything but powerful. He had built an empire, signed deals worth billions, and sat atop glass towers that touched the clouds. Yet in that moment, surrounded by laughter and life, he felt hollow. Success had given him everything except peace. His marriage was broken, his friendships strained, and today, his board had questioned his leadership in a way that shook him to his core. He pressed his hands to his face, trying to hold himself together. That's when he heard the tiniest voice. "Are you okay, mister?" Ethan lowered his hands. Standing in front of him was a little girl, no more than 6, with big brown eyes and pigtails that bounced when she moved. In her arms, she held a small, worn teddy bear with one button eye missing. He forced a smile. "I'm fine, sweetheart, just a broken bar thinking." But children have a way of seeing through what adults hide. She tilted her head, studying him. Then, without hesitation, she held out her teddy bear. "You can take my teddy," she said softly. "You look sad." "He always makes me feel better." Ethan blinked, caught off guard. No one had offered him something so pure, so selfless, in years. He cleared his throat. "That's very kind of you, but Teddy looks special. I can't take him." The girl shook her head stubbornly. "He told me it's okay. He wants to help you smile." Her words pierced through the armor Ethan had built around himself. For the first time in a long while, his lips curved into a real, unforced smile. He took the teddy gently, holding it like it was worth more than any diamond deal. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice thick. "What's your name?" "Lily." She grinned. "Lily, a broken bar. You just made my day better." At that moment, a woman rushed over a young single mom, balancing grocery bags, worry etched on her face. "Lily, I told you not to bother people." "She wasn't bothering me," Ethan said quickly, standing. "Actually, a broken bar. She just gave me something I didn't know I needed." The mother looked embarrassed. "I'm sorry, sir." She doesn't always understand a broken bar, but Ethan interrupted. "No, don't apologize. She understands more than most adults I know." He glanced at the bags in her hands, the tired look in her eyes, the worn shoes on her feet. Something stirred inside him. For years, Ethan had measured people by profit, power, and performance. Yet here, a little girl had offered him her most prized possession, and not knowing he was a man who could buy anything money could offer, an idea came to him. Would you, a broken bar, let me thank her properly? Maybe get her a new teddy? The mother smiled politely but shook her head. That's sweet, but we don't need charity. Ethan crouched down to Lily's level again. How about this, Lily? You let me borrow Teddy for a while, just until I feel better, and in return, I'll take you and your mom out for ice cream. Deal? Lily's eyes lit up. Deal. That evening, For the first time in years, Ethan laughed freely, sharing Sundays, listening to Lily's stories, and watching her mother's shoulders slowly relax as she realized he wasn't just another stranger. What they didn't know was that Teddy would sit on Ethan's office desk the very next morning, right beside the piles of contracts and the skyline view. When his board members questioned his vision again, he simply looked at that teddy bear and remembered, leadership wasn't about fear or profit, it was about people, about kindness, about humanity. Weeks later, Lily and her mother received a surprise scholarship for Lily's schooling, covered entirely by an anonymous donor. They never knew it was Ethan. All they remembered was the man in the park who saw the broken bar until a little girl gave him hope. And Ethan, he carried Teddy everywhere he went, a reminder that sometimes the smallest hands hold the greatest wisdom. Because in a world of power and wealth, it wasn't the billions that saved him. It was 6 words from a child.